Okay, so I'm so happy to be here in Los Angeles in the holy shul of Darkei Avot, Magen Avot. This is the first bracha that we have in the Amidah Magen Avot. The meaning of Magen Avot is had a special meaning, a special way to protect yourself. Magen Avot, when you go through the way of the Avot, then you protect yourself. You have a Magen. Magen, Rabbeinu Ari says, Magen is 3 times the name of El. That's why we want to protect ourselves. Each time we did 3 times El. You wrote in your mind, in your brain, Aleph Lamed, and from behind Aleph Lamed, and it protect you. Now you go in the subway. You know there is a lot of people. You do this kavanah, it's protect you. Protecting not just from some crazy guy that's gonna give you a box. There is also a spiritual box. Ain hara, the eyes of people, the think of people. Most, I think, and I show it. I saw it in my life that more tough and more difficult and more hitter than ain hara is the judgment that people judge you in their thought. I think this is the higher ain hara. Besides פעולות, did someone do a פעולה, like לשרוף or do something for someone to ain hara or to לקשור אותו, or to tie him or something like this, חס ושלום. This is we're not allowed. But the highest ain hara is, I speaking about the thinking, is not just looking, is to judge people. There was one rabbi, he says, we have the 10 commitment, נכון ככה אומרים זה, 10 הדיברות. If someone was giving me the right to wrote the 11 one, I was saying the 11 one, it was not judge. A lot of time we judge one each other, and we don't understand, we don't know the background to how. That's why we cannot judge. Only Hashem do. That's what it wrote. Hashem is Elokei HaTzedek. Why is Elokei HaTzedek? He's doing a tzedek. That's why the pasuk says tzedek tzedek tirdof. How come tzedek tzedek tirdof? Because when you are run after the tzedek, you should know you never ever can reach the tzedek, because the tzedek is unknown, because we don't know all of the details. That's why we're not allowed to judge anyone. That's why the ikar of the hachamim, of the dayanim, they call Elokim. How come they call Elokim? Because all of the judgment, it's not just from the genius of their knowing, of their knowledge of the Torah. It's come from she'er ruach. How you say she'er ruach? Leftover spirit. And it's very important to understand these things. And the rabbi asked me to make a shiur about the tradition of the Moroccan on the kmeot, the issue of kmeot and things like this. And also he asked me to say a shiur on the Eilan HaKadosh, the holy Eilan HaKadosh. So I want to tell you Hidush. One of the most famous kemeot in Morocco was the Eilan HaKadosh. The Eilan HaKadosh, it was like a kamea. And the Eilan HaKadosh, the Hachamim was wrote in all the Eilan HaKadosh, and the meaning of Eilan HaKadosh, the holy tree, איך נקרא לזה, לא יודע, האילן.
להשתמש במילים האלו כדי
כן,
להבין את הפוסקים.
כן. אז עכשיו, האילן הקדוש, the meaning of the Ilan HaKadosh, and I saw, you know, when I was living in the old city in Jerusalem, there was one guy, he's a Paitan. He's from משפחת, there was a big מקובל which called חכם בן זכרי. בן זכרי. איך אומרים? המרוקאים אומרים בן זכרי. בן זכרי, one of the reasons is they called בן זכרי because he was very big remember people, very big highest חכמים. So he wrote the kamea of Ilan HaKadosh. And they had a tradition, they have it in their family. When you do this kamea, it's big kamea. It's not like this, it's big, it's like Megillah. And he told me, this kamea, all of the family, they almost didn't go to any doctors. When they will have a problem, they took it, they put it under the pillow, karit, in the night, they were sleeping, קמים בבוקר, nothing. And also he told me a lot of ניסים ונפלאות. He told me once, they came from France, they fly from France to United States or something like this. One of them lose the kamea, was a big story. I don't want to start telling you the story, but because it's a long story, but it's amazing. And the meaning of doing this kamea is the reason and the meaning of this kamea is because each one of us, his soul came from the upward, from תחת כיסא הכבוד, נחצבה מתחת כיסא הכבוד, and get here to this world. And how she get here? It's called סדר השתלשלות. On סדר השתלשלות. There is a, איך אומרים סדר?
Order.
There is order from the high light till it became the four, איך אומרים יסודות? The four foundation, which is אש, רוח, מים, עפר. And there is also spiritual foundation, and this the foundation of this world. The kamea, this kamea of the Ilan HaKadosh, when you hold it, when you take it in your hand, when you sleep on it, this kamea is working on you. It's like you, because when someone do avirot haz v'shalom, avirot, you know, he's religious, he's everything okay, he giving it tzedakah, but you know, sometimes lashon hara, we speaking, we look at people, why he has a new car, he has a new clothes. You know, we bnei adam, we are human beings. When you do ha'avera, it's like food. We living from a food. Yes? When you eat something not good, like you eat burekas, you eat something that's not good, the avridim badam, the veins, the blood, they have a shuman, okay? Fat. This fat, it's became more and more till it's stuck the blood, and that's why chas v'shalom adam יכול להגיע לידי מיתה. We know it in our body, but the same thing, it's called, we say in the pasuk, mi besari אחזה אלוה, from my basar I can see Hashem, the way that Hashem is acting. That's why we say נעשה אדם בצלמנו כדמותנו, קודשא בריחו, look at us, he built us just like the way that the light coming from up to this world. So when Haz v'Shalom someone do averot, he stuck the way, the shefa doesn't come. The Ilan, when you hold it, it's bring all of the light, like you have another way that you take it, you go from the road, other road, and then yes, and then you get the shefa. That's why it's very important and very, very strong kamea. But I want to tell you another thing, very important. You know, all the Chachamim, all the Rabbanim, all the Mekubalim, they wrote in, when you learn Kabbalah, it's metaken all the olamot, it's fix all the olamot, it's fix you, it's make you pure. How come? Because you can have the kameh, but also, and higher than having the kameh, is learning the kameh. When you learn the Torah, when you learn Seder Ishtalshelut, you bring in the light to your nefesh. That's why it's pure you. Okay? And now we're going to learn about the Eilan HaKadosh and the meaning of it. And I want to remember everyone that when we want learn about the Yahadut, the first book that we're going to choose to learn about Yahadut is the Yad HaChazakah. The Yad HaChazakah is included, of the Rambam is included in everything. And the Yad HaChazakah starting from Ilchot Yesodei Torah. And in the first paragraph and the second paragraph we're speaking about Hashem, about HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But the third paragraph is speaking about the Olamot, how it's built. This world, the Reki'im, the 7 Reki'im, the Galgal HaBinah, Galgal HaYomi. So you see the Rambam choose to start the Torah. First thing, Anochi Hashem Elokecha. First thing. And the second is to explain us about the Mivneh, the production of the words. And it's connected to us because a man, Rabbi Aaron Ferreira, Hacham Rabbi Aaron Ferreira, he has a book which called Nezer HaKodesh. Hacham Aaron Ferreira wrote in that the man is like the Israeli man, is like he's standing here and each tnu'ah, each movement that he's doing, all the world outside the spiritual world, they are moving with him. That's why all the angels look on the man, on the Jewish man, what he's doing. בפרט מן הפרט שהוא נמצא בבית הכנסת. לכן לא ידבר בבית הכנסת. You know, I was in Florida. One guy, look very simple. Look, ירא שמיים. Start speaking about דברי תורה. I say, wow, amazing. And, you know, he's not a rabbi. I look at him, I tell him, first thing, record it and send me. I want to hear it. I want to hear it again. I feel in his Divrei Torah spiritual, something very spiritual. And he sent me. And after it, in morning, we get to the shul, and I thought people come ask who is the rabbi, and he doesn't speak. I told him, how come? Why you don't? I wanted to ask him. I want to drink water. Where? Doesn't speak. Understand? When you are act with kedusha, it doesn't matter what level you are. Because the kedusha coming to you, she make you up. That's why we are in shul. We must have a morah mikdash, a fear from the place. How come? A fear from Hashem? No, the place is also something very spiritual. That's why we now learning about the place, the spiritual place, which is the olamot. So the Rambam says, and we're going to learn about the Arizal and everything. The Rambam says we have this world. This world is in the middle of all of the world that we have up. We are in the middle. The meaning that we are the most important point, and it's just like a point, the most important point. You know, when you explain something to someone, you make a shiur, I want to tell you, this is the point of the class, this is the point of the shiur, okay? The important things in this world, the point is this word. all of the biggest, highest word is all created just for us, because this time that you look on this class, this is the mainly thing for the existence. This is the real existence. זה הקיום האמיתי.
Is this יושר ניבול?
איך? We're going to speak about it, okay? But the main thing is this word, it's like a point. It's like a nekuda. There is one letter that we are saying that she's just like similar to a point, which is the ot yud. The ot yud, we found it three times in the name of Hashem, Yud Kevavke. How come three times? You have the Yud, this is once, but this is higher, and you have it twice. Once in the Ot Hey, first Ot Hey, and the second in the last Ot Hey. And when you connected the three of them, the Gematria is Lamed, and with Alufo Shel Olam is Gematria of El. And the meaning is that you have two ways to walk in this world. One way, it's the first Hey in Shem Hashem, which the meaning is the tshuva. That's why the tshuva take you and make you up from all of the thing in this world. And the second is the last Hey, it's to walk with the four, איך אומרים יסודות? חילה. Foundation. Okay? He's explaining how come it's the four foundations there, the nekuda, this nekuda. I don't want to miss with it. But we're going to learn on it. Okay, so let's start learning the האילן הקדוש. I want to tell you another thing on the האילן הקדוש. חבל that I didn't know about it. I was bringing the ציור of the האילן הקדוש. The האילן הקדוש in Morocco. The האילן הקדוש, they were printing, they were doing it, they were just like, painting it from Arichanpin, which is the first פרצוף in עולם האצילות, till עולם העשייה. Okay? Arichanpin, which the meaning of Arichanpin, it's רחמים. But we have another partsufim higher than Arichanpin. But we want to start, the first thing that we start, it's from Arichanpin. Yesterday when I gave the shiur, I say this day is very, very high day. This 3 weeks, שלושת השבועות. Everybody thinks it's a bad day. No, it's the highest day. י"ז בתמוז. It was a very, very important. This was the day of the Mekubalim. Was the day of the Mekubalim. How come? This day, they were going, all the Mekubalim, all the Hachamim, they were going to the mikveh. There is a kamea for remembering the Torah, which this is the existence, to remember the Torah. To remember the Torah. And they were writing the kamea, this kamea, inside the mikveh. They were getting out. They were tight the kamea, writing outside another thing. They were keeping it in parashat Yitro, Anochi Hashem Elokecha, till 10 ימי תשובה. In 10 ימי תשובה, you take it out from the Bible, and you put it in a case, איך אומרים? כמו כיסוי, כאילו, איך אומרים? A cover, not cover, תיק כזה, נרתיק של כסף. A little wall from כסף, pure כסף, איך אומרים כסף? לא יודע. And they were using it, and we should know that י"ז בתמוז is the time that הקדוש ברוך הוא give Hashem, הקדוש ברוך הוא give Moshe one of the biggest present we ever can think about, which is the Yud Gimel Midot of Rachamim. He discovered that, לא discover, איך אומרים? הוא גילה לו את הי"ג מידות של רחמים. reveal, י"ג מידות רחמים. That's why when we start in the Kamea, we start from אריך אנפין, all the ספירות, till עולם העשייה. And there is a lot of names of angels in this Kamea, very, very amazing Kamea. And the main thing, the amazing things in this Kamea, that all of the Etz Chaim is wrote in this Kamea. So you hold in like we have a Sefer Torah of the mitzvot. You hold all of the Sefer, this is the Sefer Torah of the Kabbalah. You hold it with you. And I want to tell you another thing. There was a Hachamim that wrote this Kamea. They printed this Kamea, printed it, and I saw it, also in Morocco. You know, in Morocco they don't have pages which was very long. So they printed half and half. אני ראיתי את זה במו עיניי. והיו גם שמים את זה גם כן בנרתיק של כסף, אפילו מודפס, even printed. And they were given to people to hold it because it's very, very strongly. You need to know how to lekadesh the kamea, like mekadshim isha, you need to know how to lekadesh and to make the light inside it, but they were doing it. Okay. So, now, I want to tell you about the Seder Ishtalshelut. I know in this class, there is some guys that they are very inside, and some guys that they are not really know the meaning and thing in Kabbalah, but...
We said that we would do it on a high level and they would follow. That's what we said.
Okay. And this is good. Why? Because I told you when someone has a bayot, it's because something stick.
The people also are not so inside, they're smarter than the people who are inside.
Okay. So when this is, you know, in Morocco there's something very amazing. All of the people, doesn't matter how level you are, everyone was connected to the Zohar, to the secret of the Torah. And the Hachamim was take care that each one, even children, will be connected to the Zohar, will be connected to the Kemeot, to the Peulot, to these things. Why? Because Kiem Hayenu ve'orech Yamenu. Okay, so now we get the high level, the practical level. We have 4 words, okay? Which is their name is Atzilut. The name of Atzilut is from Atzalti min haruach ve'el Atzilei Yisrael, כמו שכתוב בתורה. After it we have the Bria. The Bria, it's called the word of the chair. It's not a chair, but you know, the word of the kiseh. The issue of the kiseh, you see a lot of people, they running after kavod. Okay? A lot of people running after kavod. Kiseh, it's gematria. How much gematria it's kiseh? 81. It's af, yes. אנחנו, in the כיסא, when you have a, חס ושלום, אף is angry, אנחנו כופים אף על ידי הנקודה הזאת של הכיסא, בקיצור. Everybody running after the honor, the כבוד, and we should know, when someone run after something, it could be bad, and it could be good. But the source is the same, okay? The running after כבוד, because all the issue of the Jewish people, it's to run after the kavod. How come? There is 2 kinds of kavod. There is your kavod, and there is the kavod of the neshama, the kavod of Hashem. That's why this word, it's called kiseh hakavod. It's called olam hakiseh, the word of the chair. It's called kiseh hakavod. Why? Because our soul was up. They was giving the light from Hashem, from Olam HaAtzilut to Olam HaKiseh. Okay? They get in the light because Because Hashem wants. This doesn't get the light because they were working. That's why they have a busha. Which busha is the opposite of כבוד. איך אומרים כבוד? כבוד לא אומרים honor. יש עוד מילה לכבוד. לא respect, יש כאילו...
conceit.
לא יודע. כבוד, אני מתכוון, לא מוחאים כפיים. כאילו... honor, okay. Honor, it's also זכות. Also this word, it's called also עולם הזכות. It's like against ספירת הגבורה. If the אצילות is חסד, the בריאה is גבורה. And all of the soul, they are getting, נחצבו מתחת כיסא הכבוד. How you do it, chair? You have the wall. We don't do it like this, but this is how Rabbi Eliezer מגרמיזה, that's how he's writing that the כיסא is came up, is created. You have like a wood, okay? And now you start לחצוב, איך אומרים לחצוב? Yes.
To hew.
hew, okay, you have the chair, כן? לא יודע איך אומרים, אתה חוצב מתחת לכיסא, ואז, and then you created the חלל. That's why we're saying, הנשמות שלנו נחצבו מתחת כיסא הכבוד. And all the issue, all the mission for us is to be, to have the honor to sit on the כיסא הכבוד. That's why people running after the כבוד. כבוד is גימטריה לב. This is לב נתיבות חוכמה. Which they are coming from the חוכמה to the בינה. Okay? After it we have עולם היצירה. עולם היצירה is the world of angels, Los Angeles. Okay, we're here. And after it we have the עשייה. The עשייה is a big world. We have the עולם הגלגלים. the עשייה it's called עולם הגלגלים. We have the גלגל השכל. Inside the גלגל היומי, או גלגל הכולל המקיף. And inside this is the גלגל הבינה. גלגל הבינה, it's גלגל המזלות. Okay? I'm gonna paint it for you. Just a minute. עולם העשייה. We have עולם העשייה. This is עשייה. יש לנו the first ספירה is Keter. Okay? Keter is the first גלגל. It's called גלגל השכל. The second גלגל is חוכמה. חוכמה is the גלגל היומי. This is the Rambam. It's not Kabbalah. It's the Rambam says. Okay? The third is the בינה. But בינה it's called אפוד המזלות. בינה. בינה זה גלגל המזלות. Under the בינה we have 7 circles. The 7 circles it's called שצ"ם חנקל, which is 7 כוכבים that we have. The first one is chesed.
So the third parak of Rambam?
The Rambam doesn't say the name of the sfirot, but the Rambam say it. Yes.
What does he say?
He say we have this galgalim, the 7 galgalim. 7. It's calling. He is calling it. He call it 7 rekiim, but it's the same. It's similar. This is similar word. So we have Hesed is tzedek. Hesed is Shabtai. After it, Gvura is שצ"ם חנקל. שבתאי, צדק, מאדים, חמה, כן, חמה.
מאדים זה כנגד מה?
תפארת.
אוקיי.
מאדים זה תפארת, חמה, אחרי זה נוגה, כוכב, לבנה.
נוגה זה which one?
רגע, שנייה. בלבלת אותי. שצ"ם, חן, זה כנגד הגבורה. We have the 10 ספירות. You know the 10 ספירות?
נוגה זה כנגד גבורה?
What?
נוגה זה כנגד גבורה?
No, נוגה, סליחה, טעיתי. כנגד ההוד, כן, הוד, סליחה. הבת של הגבורה. אוקיי? after the seven גלגלים, we have the four, איך אמרנו עוד פעם, אני אצא מלוס אנג'לס עם הידיעה של המילה הזאת. I'm gonna know it, בעזרת השם, foundation. We have the four foundation, okay, which is called arma. The first one is ash, the second is afar, the third, no, the third is wind. Ruach. And the last one is mine, okay? And then we have this word, okay? The word that, when I say this word, I don't mean just to Los Angeles or Israel or all the ball, all the כדור. I meant all the galaxy, okay?
אז מעולם העשייה יש לנו הזין הגלגלים, ואחרי זה 4 יסודות, ואחרי זה העולם
הגלקסיות, כל הגלקסיות, כל מבנה הגלקסיות של העולם הזה, כן.
רגע, הגלקסיות של העולם הזה, זה לא כלול ברקיע.
לא כלול. אני אגיד את זה ככה בצורה עדינה, כן, זה הרבה חוכמה. אחד הספרים הקשים שאני בעזרת השם שם יזכה אותי לפרש אותם זה ספר התכונה, שהוא ספר אחד הספרים הכבדים. כאילו כשאנחנו מדברים על גלגל המזלות, כן, הגמרא בראש שנה,
העולם הגשמי זה עשייה, נכון?
לא, רק אני צריך את זה. שאלה, את הפקק הזה. מה קורה? האור, אוקיי. אז כשאנחנו מדברים על הגלגלים, there is a spiritual גלגלים, כן? יש מציאות של גלגלים רוחנית, כמו שדיברנו עליה, שהיא מתלבשת בתוך הגלגלים הגשמיים שבעולם הזה. לכן יש אחד כנגד אחד, למעשה כל העולמות הם מתלבשים בעולם הזה.
העולם הזה הוא רק גשמי, נכון?
העולם הזה הוא גשמי, אבל...
גלקסיה זה גשמי.
נכון, אבל הוא מונע על ידי כוחות רוחניים. ויש פה גם כוחות רוחניים שמתגשמים פה.
אבל הכוחות הרוחניים זה דק מאוד.
נכון, זה דק. אבל אנחנו בני ישראל, אנחנו אנשים שצריכים להיות דקים. We must be sensitive, spiritual sensitive.
אז עוד פעם, איך אמרנו הרב חוזר על זה?
אז גלגל הראשון זה גלגל השכל הפועל, הוא נקרא גלגל הכתר שבעשייה. גלגל השני זה החוכמה, זה גלגל שנקרא גלגל היומי, או גלגל הכולל, או גלגל המקיף. בסדר? יש לזה two names, אוקיי? The third one is גלגל הבינה, שהוא נקרא אפוד המזלות.
הבינה זה יצירה.
No, this is the בינה only of the עשייה.
זה בתוך עשייה.
בתוך העשייה. After it we have 7 גלגלים, which the names of them it's שצם חנקל, שבתאי צדק מאדים, חמה, נוגה כוכב לבנה. And after it we have the 4 יסודות, and after it the galaxies, this world.
כל זה בעולם העשייה.
כל זה בעולם העשייה, and it doesn't finish. Because under this world, it's wrote in the kabala, it's wrote in the ashmatot of the Zohar, under this world there is 7 ארצות. 7 ארצות למטה. ראית הרב ראה יצא רבי יעקב מרג'י עכשיו? עושה את פירוש על הזוהר, מבהיל.
כן. אבל יעקב הלל הוציא את זה.
החכם יעקב הלל, כן. השם ישמור אותו. שלח לו רפואה שלמה, אמן כן יהי רצון. אנחנו צריכים אותו בעזרת השם, עוד הרבה שנים איתנו בעזרת השם. אורך ימים, שנות חיים ושלום, יוסיפו לו על ממלכתו, יגדל ויוסיף כן יהי רצון, אומר אמן.
רבי מרג'י היה הרב של רבי אברהם בן מוסא.
כן, רבי אברהם בן מוסא. 200 years ago. 200... לא. למה?
רבי אברהם בן מוסא היה בשנת לפני כמעט 400 שנה, אני חושב. הוצאנו את הספר שלו על יומה.
כן, לא, יותר מ-200, אתה צודק. יותר, 300, משהו כזה, כן.
7 ארצות זה משהו גשמי? 7 ארצות.
7 ארצות, it's something גשמי, and it's also spiritual. I have a class on this 7.
זה גשמי במקום הזה?
כן.
That's where you have extraterrestrials, ETs. They live down there.
זה חסד העבודה.
לא הבנתי אותך, הרב.
יש לנו aliens. איך אומרים aliens
מה זה האילן? שדים.
לא כל מיני, מי שבא מגלקסיות אחרות, אנשים תמיד שואלים,
יש, הם למטה, הם באים מכל מיני... And also, listen, the Arizal says that when you have a lot of power, a lot of shedim around us, a lot of malachim, we believe in it. Listen, it's not an issue of מקובלים. It's a רמב"ם מפורש, פרק ג' הלכה י"ד שמה. יש פה רמב"ם הרב בהלכות יסודי התורה. אומרים הרמב"ם אומר אין שדים. הרמב"ם אומר אין שדים, יש... אבל זה לא נכון. הרמב"ם בעצמו כותב מפורש בהלכות יסודי התורה. מהרמב"ם בהלכות יסודי התורה. פרק ג' הנה נקרא פרק רביעי, התחלתי לדבר על זה. 4 גופים הללו שהם אש ורוח ומים וארץ, כן, הוא עושה פה את הסדר קצת אחר מרבנו ארי, הם יסודות כל הנבראים למטה מן הרקיע. בסדר, אנחנו קוראים פרק רביעי, הלכה א', בהלכות יסודי התורה. וכל שיהיה מאדם ובהמה ועוף ורמס ודג וצומח ומתכת, and stones, and מרגליות, שאר אבני בניין והרים, mountains, הן גושי עפר, הכל גולמן מחובר מ4 יסודות הללו. נמצאו כל הגופים שלמטה מן הרקיע חוץ מ4 יסודות הללו מחוברים מגולם וצורה, וגולם שלהם מחובר מ4 יסודות האלו. תסתכלו, יסודי התורה פרק ד'. אז הוא אומר עכשיו, when we are connected, all the 4 יסודות, כן? When you connected all 4 יסודות, so how come I'm looking in other way from the dogs, from the fish, because I have a תרכובת. איך אומרים תרכובת? Combination, other combination. The Israeli like this word. קומבינציה. אז יש מיזוג אחר של הארמה. הוא מדבר הרבה על כמה הלכות פה, הרב מדבר על זה. אז הוא אומר, תדעו לכם, יש גולם ויש צורה. רמב"ם מפורש, אני לא מלמד קבלה עכשיו, אני מדבר רמב"ם עכשיו, בסדר? למד את הרמב"ם. אז הרמב"ם says, נפש כל בשר היא צורתו. Also the עולמות, people looking after the place that from spiritual it's become golem. There is thing like this, but each thing, also the עולמות, has a spiritual size, כאילו צורה, ו-also חומר, golem. So up there it's more spiritual. Here it's more golem, it's more חומרי, but all over the world they are created from golem, from חומר and צורה. Okay? He says, נפש כל בשר היא צורתו שנתן לו האל, והדעת היתרה המצויה בנפשו של אדם היא צורתו של אדם השלם בדעתו. אדם השלם בדעתו, the meaning of שלם is שלם בדעתו. We have נובלות חוכמה, שאריות חוכמה. התורה נקראת נובלות חוכמה. The leftover, the bit left over from the wise man of Hashem. wisdom. יפה. עכשיו, there is 2 kinds of wisdom. You know, in the Kabbalah, there is Kabbalah Ta'ari. It's one kind of Kabbalah. And Chokhmat HaZohar. And in Ashkenaz, there was other kind of Kabbalah. No one wrote about it. I think I'm the first one that wrote about this Kabbalah Ashkenaz. Kabbalah Sefer HaBa'ir. The Arizal says, all the Kabbalah the four words that we were speaking about, Atzilut, Bria, Yetzira, Asiya, they are against things, they are similar to things on the Adam. עולם האצילות, it's called עולם המחשבה, the thinking world. That's why עיקר המצוות, it's not to do it, מצוות אנשים מלומדה. You must have a thinking. That's why we do in a כוונות, because all the כוונות, they are fixing in עולם האצילות, which his name is the עולם המחשבה. And האריזה speak mostly on עולם האצילות, mostly. Something like, לא יודע, אולי 90%, 90%. But the Ashkenaz Kabbalah, the priority, איך אומרים? Priority of all of the meaning of this Kabbalah, this Ashkenaz Kabbalah, the priority, the majority thinking of this Kabbalah, it's the pasuk, the pasuk that say, כי לא מחשבותיי מחשבותיכם. The first understanding that we don't understand, the thinking, the word of the thinking, עולם המחשבה of Hashem. That's why the Kabbalat Ashkenaz doesn't speak on עולם האצילות. They started speaking from עולם הכיסא. No. Yes, 1,000 years, 700 years. דרוקח רבנו תם, רבנו ישעיה, הזקן, נזכר בטור, כל החכמים האלה שהיו בפרובינס, אורליאנס. אז הקבלה. No one speak about it. I don't know if people...
איזה ספר זה?
כל הספרים האלה, listen. We cannot know which books we have from there, from Kabbalat, but we can recognize from the language, from the similar, yes, we can, the style, we can taste it inside the world, the meaning and the issue of you can say this is connected, tight with this Beth Midrash of this Hamim, of this Mekubalim. If we're going to speak about the Chokhmat Kabbalat Chachmei Ashkenaz Akduma, the first one, we can speak hours. There is 3 ways also in Kabbalat Ashkenaz. And one of the ways is Kabbalat Yirmiyah Hanavi, the student of Yirmiyah Hanavi. The second is the student of Hacham Rabbi Abu Aaron Abavli. Hacham Abu Aaron Abavli, which came from Bavel. And he has a story that he took his son, they getting out for the desert, להתבודד, to be by themselves, with the secret. Listen, Hachamim Shelanu was doing it. One of my friends is a big dayan, Hacham Gadol. He told me his grandfather one day left the house for 20 years. He was living in the mountains of Tunis by himself. One day he's knocking on the door of his daughter. He said, "Hi." He said, "I don't know you. I don't recognize. You look so familiar. Familiar. I'm your family. I'm your father." So Abu Aaron Abavli, Hacham Abu Aaron Abavli, he was going out to the desert. And one day, his son told him, "Listen, I must know this secret." Tell him, "Listen, my dear son, I cannot tell you this secret. This is very holy secret. It's dangerous to speak about it even." He says, "Father, if you don't teach me, who's going to teach me? If you don't give me it, it's going to go away." The father said, "Don't worry. When something gets inside this world, it's not going to go away. If Hashem wants, He will discover it. But the son wants it." He pushed, and then his father teach him this secret. And they get out from the cave that they were living over there. And then when they get out, came big lion, and he jumped on the father, and he start, and the son, his son of Abu Aaron Abavli, he says Shema Meforash, and then the Ari fall, the lion fall and death. And the father took him and says, my dear son, from this day I cannot see you anymore. You go only there, I go only there, and ניפגש בעולם הבא. So he get back to Bavel, and his son get to Italia. And in Italia, he opened a Bet Midrash, and in this Bet Midrash, the tradition of Bavel came to Ashkenaz. We can recognize few chiburim that they are coming from the Ashkenaz people, like Rafael HaMalach, and also Raziel HaMalach, and Sefer HaBairitz connect with them. Okay? But this is Kabbalat Ashkenaz. They start speaking from the Kruv. The meaning of the Kruv, Kruvim, like the Kruvim of the Aaron, the Kruv is the Malchut of Olam HaAtzilut, which sometimes she's sitting on the chair. And they don't speak about the Kruv himself, they speaking only on the time that the Kruv became on the chair. Why? Because לא מחשבותיי, מחשבותיכם. We say in the pasuk, Hashem tzilcha al yad yaminecha. You can learn from the shadow about the light, but you cannot hold the hand of Hashem. That's why you cannot understand, you build in a way that you cannot ever understand the way that Hashem כביכול thinking or the המחשבת האלוקות, it's called מחשבת האלוקות, we cannot understand. So אז נחוניה בן הקבנה, it's other Kabbalah. There is other kind of Kabbalah. Another Kabbalah. Listen, you should know one thing. That I don't think there is maybe there is, but to learn the Zohar, truthfully to learn, it's a life project. It's a life project. We don't understand. Listen, we don't. The Israel people said, you're not in the movie. כאילו, אתה בכלל לא בסרט. We don't understand the meaning of the Kabbalah. And I tell yesterday that the Zohar is only ot zayin. We have a kavbet otiyot. And we don't have all the Zohar. יש חוכמת העשבים בזוהר. We don't. There is a חוכמת of the wisdom, איך אמרת את זה? Wisdom of the animals. How he told the lion, how he fooled the lion. There is an angel on the lion, and when you kill the angel, the lion is die. I have two kitvei yad, and very interesting. The two of them wrote in Italian script, Italian script, like. Bekitzur, there was also this wisdom. There is a lot of wisdom. I told you, I just want to learn. If we only learn the issues that we have in the Zohar, I learned to make bit anava in myself, to feel that I'm really, really stupid. I really, really, really cannot judge anything in my life, anything. I don't know why I'm here, what I'm doing, because we don't have even a bit, 1% from things, why it's happened, how it's happened, and the mainly thought, because לא מחשבותיי מחשבותיכם. The shadow and the hand, they are not, איך אומרים נפגשים? They don't meet. In the minute that they meet, there is no shadow. And all this world is a shadow. That's why not מחשבותיי, מחשבותיכם. We have a rule that שתי קווים מקבילים לעולם לא נפגשים. אם הם נפגשים, זה לא קו ישר. The meaning is that you don't go in the straight way. In the straight understanding.
בספר היצירה זה מה?
ספר יצירה זה קשור, זה יותר קדום. So I started to say that the Zohar, is, איך אומרים, זה ספר אחרון ביחס לספרות הקדמונית שהייתה. יש לנו קבלה, we think about the Zohar, wow, it's first thing, no, the Zohar says, Zohar, מפורש. It's not the time, אני לא ממציא את זה. The Zohar said, in the ספרה of אדם קדמאי, בספרה דקדמאי, ספרה דצניותא, we seen also the Zohar, like we have the Gemara, we have Mishnayot and Gemara, also the Zohar have two parts. The Idrot, this is the Mishnayot. That's why Mishnah is אותיות נשמה. What we read in Aliyat Neshama, what we read in Azkarot to make Aliyat Neshama, Mishnayot and Zohar. Why not Gemara? Because it's other. This is the close. The close of the Mishnah is or the close of the Mishnah is the Gemara.
What are Idrot?
Idrot like Idra Zuta, Idra Rabba.
Was it part of Zohar?
Yes. Sifra de Tzniuta.
This section of Zohar?
In the Zohar, in one of the parashiyot, for example, you'll see it says the Idra. It's called the Idra Rabba, it's called the Idra Zuta. It's a section of the Zohar.
One of the amazing things that every Sidur of the Moroccan was starting in Idra Zuta. הרב, אתה זוכר? היה לי סידור כזה, זה לא היה לא תפילת החודש, איך קראו לו? הרב שלנו, קרחה דקולה ב. עוד לפני תיקון חצות, Idra Zuta ישר על ההתחלה. נראה להם. כזה היה לי שהייתי קטן. כמה הייתי קורא בו. וואי, איזה שמחה עשית לי. אתה מרגש אותי מאוד, הרב. איזה יופי. כן.
בבית 10 סידורים ישנים של מרוקו, אני רואה לך שלקחתם מהבית.
דודי ירד נגע. יפה. זה ככה היו אומרים. תיקון חצות. אחרי זה, קודם כל ברכות השחר, ברכות התורה, תיקון חצות, פיוטים. אחרי זה קצת קוראים בהידרה זוטה. ממש, היינו בתור ילדים, היינו רגילים בלשון שלהם. תראו ממש, הנה, לא, שלא יהיה סיפורים שאנשים יראו. איפה זה? הנה Idra Zuta. כולה הדפיסו כל Idra Zuta בפנים. זה תפילת החודש. כן, נכון, זה תפילת החודש.
המקורי.
וואו, אני מחזיק את זה, אני מתרגש.
That's not in the art scroll?
וואו.
אז אתה מדבר.
תשאיר פה.
אני רוצה רק להראות לו.
תראה לו, כן. איזו התרגשות.
הרב, אפשר לחזור לאילן בגלל שב-10 אני חייב להיות בסדר.
אוקיי.
זה פיקוח נפש.
פיקוח נפש, אוקיי. אז נחזור לסדר. אז יש לנו 4 עולמות. We say in the earth of this world, we have 7 rekim. Also the Chesed Avraham speak about it. Okay? And the angel, not the angel, the bad angels, not bad, but the Shadim, they are inside this world, like the Gemara says, few places. And when they come into this world, there's few kinds of aratzot. They come to this world. If they stay here 7 days, they look like an angel or look like animals. And that's why the Hachamim, that's why when the angels come to Avraham Avinu, he told them, "Yishanu tachat ha'etz." Why yishanu tachat ha'etz? Because the angel cannot make the bracha, the shefa here. They come in also only to do their job. They have a mission. They come to do a mission. Bracha is giving something more than mission. So that's why they cannot broke the legs. הם לא יכולים לכופף את הברך שלהם, ברך מלשון ברכה. That's why Abraham told them, ישענו תחת העץ, because רגלם, רגל ישרה. So when they come to here, after 7 days, they look like a man's. Okay? So, the האילן הקדוש is, this is the עשייה. Okay? This is the עשייה. We see in the עשייה. After it, we have, upon it, we have the עולם היצירה. עולם היצירה, I told you, it's the angels place. Upon it, we have the עולם הבריאה. עולם הבריאה, which is called עולם הכיסא. There was חכמים that didn't need to have, the pages and the kemeot in their thinking. They were seeing someone in the thinking, they were going up to this place, fix something and get here, and the man has a yeshua, the refuah, the beracha. Upon it, we have עולם האצילות. We have another world upon the עולם האצילות. But let's speak from עולם האצילות. We have 12 פרצופים in עולם האצילות. The first one, his name is עתיק יומין. And the Nevi'im, if you take the word, the Nevi'im, when they have a nevuah, they saw things from this world. And you must know Kabbalah to understand what you see. So there is a partzuf עתיק יומין. And עתיק יומין had there, like you have a zachar and nekeva, man and woman. It's not a man because there is no nothing, it's spiritual. לא מחשבותיי מחשבותיכם. And the man size is עתיק יומין. And the woman size, it's נוקבה דעתיק. It's called נוקבה דעתיק. A lot of details, but just like this. After it, we have אריך אנפין. אריך אנפין, it's the רחמים, י"ג מידות של רחמים. The דקנה קדישה that we're reading in the תשליך, is the דקנה of the אריך אנפין. אריך אנפין, he is, איך אומרים, נזיר? מונק? מונק.
A priest, but
Monk, I think monk.
No, monk. Monk's in goy. What do you call Nazir?
לא יודע, נזיר.
Yeah, Nazarite.
אריך אנפין, יש לו שיער ארוך,
look at our school.
הוא נזיר.
Oh, זה חגיגי י"ד, אמנם.
כן.
אוקיי, זה ארלבן and
Yes. His wife.
טלטלים שחורות כעורף.
יפה. לא, קבוצות על טלים שחורות כעורף זה זעיר אנפין.
זה כנגד גבורה, לא?
כן, זה זעיר אנפין.
זה
כן.
9 תיקונים, לא?
Yes. He has a 9, he has a י"ג. We spoke yesterday about the number 9, which is אמת. והיה עם שמוע שב, ראשי תיבות שב. תשמעו על מצוותיי, it's אמת. בסדר? אמת it's 441. 441 זה 9. בסדר? גם זה כפולה של 9. גלגל ה-9, גלגל ה-11 יש לנו. גם כן קבלת רבי דוד רע לוי. אוקיי. ברוך השם. So we have אריך אנפין. The other side of אריך אנפין, even it's wrote in the pasuk, אין אלוהים עמדי. We saying we have a נוקבה of אריך אנפין. בסדר?
זה נקי, לא?
Yes. It's like the nake. Okay. So we have עתיק, נוקבה דעתיק, עתיק ונוק, אריך אנפין ונוקבה דאריך אנפין. And the other פרצוף, the next פרצוף is אבא. אבא הילאה. בסדר? After it we have אמא הילאה. אמא is the place of the בינה of אצילות. אמא is the meaning of the תשובה. After it we have זעיר אנפין, which when we are מכוונים, we מכוונים to make all the תיקונים in זעיר אנפין. To get the shefa from אריך אנפין, from עתיק, from עבסק דאק, from average places, to make a light in זעיר אנפין. It's very spiritual. We cannot speak about it with everyone, but we should know it's there. The Rabbeinu Yosef Chaim and also כל החכמים שלנו, Rabbi Yosef Knafo, they were speaking about the Partufim for everyone. Why? Because you must connect the Jewish people, you must connect them to the secret. Because when you connect it to the secret, you feel the mitzvot on full gas, full time. I think the most problem that we have in this generation, that everybody, every parent want his son to be a Yerei Shamayim. And this is the biggest problem. Because we need to have our son, to want that our son will be Ohavei Shamayim. And also Yerei Shamayim. But in this generation, it's like a Hotam HaMitapech. When you want to do a signature, the signature is getting up. It's written in the opposite way, like Ktav Mar'ah. And in this generation, the last generation, the main thing that we must mix with, because the HRI is very big, you cannot fight with him. All of the generations, they can fight. In this generation, you cannot fight with him. But you can do a good. You can be connected to the light. And that's why עיקר העבודה שלנו is to want our son to be אוהבי שמיים. And also יראי שמיים. That's why the secret in the last generations they coming out, להתגלות. Okay? So we have עתיק, נוקדה עתיק, עריך, נוקדה עריך, אבא, אמא, זעיר אנפין, and his נוקבה. נוקבה זה זעיר אנפין, which his name is Leah. It's like Leah. Leah was the Merkava of the Partzufim העליונים. After it, we have Yaakov and Rachel, which is the Malchut. Okay? So there is few kinds of looking on the Partzufim, on the Sfirot. The difference between Partzufim and Sfirot, we have the 10 Sefirot and the 12 Partzufim. The 10 Sefirot, it's like everybody has a power. You have the wisdom, he has the chesed, everybody has a power. And the partzuf is to take all of the sfirot and work together.
לא אמרנו על ישראל סבא ותבונה.
אוקיי, נכון, ישראל סבא ותבונה. יש לנו שם אבא ואמא, אבא ואמא, עליהם, על החגת שלהם, מלבישים ישראל סבא ותבונה. But you have a few kinds to look on it. Okay? You can look at it. Atik venok, arich venok, it's like the keter. Abba, it's like the yud, the chokhmah. Bina, it's the hay. And vav is the and pin. And malchut, it's the last hay. Okay? This is olam hatzilut. After it you have olam ha-beriya, olam ha-kiseh, with his angel. You have 7 echalot. And after it you have olam ha-yetzirah. And עולם העשייה, like we learn, the keter, the chokhmah, the bina of the עשייה, השצ"ם חלקה על 4 יסודות, and this word, the point. This is the point. Okay. The Rambam says, בזמן שהאדם מתבונן בדברים האלו, הוא מכיר כל הבירואים ממלאך וגלגל ואדם. So we speak about angels, הרמב"ם. וכיוצא בו, ויראה חוכמתו של הקדוש ברוך הוא. בכל היצורים וכל הבירואים. מוסיף אהבה. למקום. תראה איזה לשון, כבוד הרב. ותצמא נפשו, ויקמח בשרו, לאהוב המקום. ברוך הוא. קורא לקדוש ברוך הוא מקום. איך? על ידי התבוננות במקומו של הקדוש ברוך הוא. לכן הוא קורא לו מקום. וירא ויפחד משפלותו ודלותו וקלותו, כשיעריך לעצמו מאחד הגופות הקדושים הגדולים, וכל שכן לאחת מהצורות הטהורות הנפרדות מן הגולמים שלא נתחברו בגולם כלל. לכן אנחנו מכוונים בעולם האצילות, וימצא עצמו שהוא ככלי מלא בושה וכלימה וריק וחסר. זה דרכי העלייה בפרדס, היום מתבוננים בצורות העליונות. זה למה חשוב שנדע את הצורות העליונות. Very important for us to understanding the holy צורות, איך אומרים צורות? The holy shapes. But אין לו צורה ואין לו דמות הגוף כמובן. אוקיי, אז הרב, מה עוד עכשיו אנחנו נעשה?
אני חשבתי שעכשיו אולי נדבר על איזה כמו השתלשלות שיש לנו מהמוחין, איך זה עובד עם המוחין, מהזב והענוג, ואיך אולי להכניס איך התיקונים מתחילים, כבר להתחיל אולי עם הרשש קצת, איך זה...
הרשש זה...
לא, אבל רק להגיד הקדמה, איך מביאים את זה.
It's written in the פסוק, בנים אתם להשם אלוקיכם. השם, שם הוויה, עיקרו, the mainly place that השם הוויה, his lighting, is in ספירת זעיר אנפין. in פרצוף זעיר אנפין. it's called, כביכול, it's called השם. we are מכוונים, we thinking about the אינסוף that inside in this ספירה. because the Ari says the אינסוף is coming only till עולם האצילות. under עולם האצילות, it's only a shadow of the אינסוף. okay? there is a מסכים. how you say מסכים? פרגודים. between the עולמות. So, all our prayer, it's to כביכול fix the מסכים. בסדר? fix the פרגודים. That's why it's very important that we will have a villon on the Sefer Torah. That's why when we're doing a kamea, a lot of the kmeot must have a cover from badim, כאילו מבד, like a wearing, to wear the light, okay? So there is a lot of masachim. We fix the masachim that the light will come up to the world and it will bring us the shefa. It's like you have something, you have a light, you have a menorah, okay? And the menorah have a distant, איך אומרים, אבק, this dust. Have a dust and you clean the dust. However you clean the dust, so we don't just clean it, we clean it in ways that create the light coming through the letters. Okay? That's the meaning of the kavanot. And when we are praying, we are doing mitzvot, we're giving power to the light. The meaning we cannot give a power to the light because it's wrote in the pasuk, אם צדקת מה תיתן לו. כן? אבל
זה המשכה, לא?
זה אנחנו מנקים את הלבושים. We're cleaning the place that the light will be stronger. יש רבי חיים דלרוזה says also he says very big חידוש in kabala. He says in few words. He says you can also make the light very strong. How come? אם צדקת מה תיתן לו? He says, he wrote in the pasuk, תנו עוז לאלוהים, על ישראל גאוותו ועוזו בשחקים. What the meaning? תנו עוז, לאלוקים, אין עוז אל התורה, ישראל נקראים עזים שבאומות, נכון? לאלוקים, ישראל הדיינים נקראים אלוקים, השופטים, לאו דווקא דיין בבית הדין, גם מנהיג ציבור נקרא שופט, דיין, מנהיג ציבור אפילו רוחני. The rabbi says, listen, it's early in the morning, I don't know who gonna come. I tell him, don't worry, it will be a lot of here in this class. Some of them will be a people, some of them will be other things. That's why we know, chas v'shalom adam, not, if you have a problem, not a lot of people coming to your class, you must learn. And if you have a שיעור קבוע, לא לבטל. There was רבי משה מלכה עליו השלום. One time, he has a class, he have a seder, he was a דיין, big דיין. He had a seder, זה קרוב משפחה שלנו, אנחנו משפחה שלו. הוא מטינרי, במקור הוא מכפר טינרי. בעל מקווה המים, הרבה של פתח תקווה. He has a seder. In Shabbat, they were praying mincha at 1 o'clock. After it, he was learning, teaching Gemara, all of the tzibur. One time, they didn't come in 1 בצהריים. So, okay, he wait. It's the hour was 1 and 2 minutes. He start פתח אליהו. טוב, okay. Finish פתח אליהו, start קורבנות. No, there was 5, 6 people. Finish קורבנות, התחיל אשרי שווה ביתך. People say, Rabbi, there is no minion. Don't answer. Not answering them. start, ובא לציון גואל ושב ופשע ויעקב נאום. Finish, wrote from the סידור, wrote the פרשה. ואני תפילתי, הכל, תיקון תפילתי, stand עמידה by himself. Finish, עלינו לשבח, start learning. בגמרא. The people come, Rabbi, we have a minyan. No, minyan, go outside. Pray other place. Here there is a seder. That's why when you have a שיעור קבוע, even for one people, you should have it, because if not, there is an angel, there is a soul of Hachamim that coming to hear you. You're not by yourself, you're not alone. They come in, they say, why you don't have a שיעור? Because there is no people. Sometimes it's, השיעור שלך הוא לעילה, הוא לבית דין של מעלה בכלל, הוא להמליץ טוב על ישראל. That's why הקדוש ברוך הוא create the מחשב. The מחשב is always have a time for you. And it's very important. You should know, לא לבטל שיעור. וגם כל התורה שלנו היא תורה רוחנית. It's a spiritual Torah. So we have a סדר. זה חשוב הסדר, וחשוב שגם נדע את הדברים האלה. Okay. So where have we been? As we have זעיר אנפין. זעיר אנפין is, we fixing זעיר אנפין, we fixing only the לבושים, חס ושלום. לא לתקן את העליונים, מה אנחנו ומה חיינו. And when we do a lot of all of the tefillot, it's inside Zeir Anpin. The meaning is, you have 24 hours. You have, let's start from it. You have 7,000 here in the world. The word is the Gemara, Sanhedrin says. Tzadik Zayin Amud Aleph says, you have 6,000 שנה and one חרוב. There is a stira, the Zohar הקדוש said into, it's a pasuk. דבר ציווה ל1,000 דור, אשר קראת את אברהם, שבועתו לישחק, ויעמדה ליעקב. אז כתוב דבר, מה זה דבר? דבר תורה. דבר זה תורה. דבר תורה, דבר ציווה ל1,000 דור, שכון 1,000 דור. אשקל, מה זה דור? כמה זה דור? Generation, how much years each generation? The Gemara says 25 שנה. That's why we say in דבר ציווה, לא, 50 שנה. דבר ציווה ל1,000 דור. כן. אז זה 50,000 שנה. זה 7 שמיטות. There is few ways in the kabala that you learn in it. Okay? אז זה נקרא דבר ציווה לאלף דור, אז יש מחלוקת בין המקובלים, לא ניכנס לזה אם יש מיתות, לא אין מיתות. You have a 700 years, 7,000 years. Every each year, it's fixing one ספירה. If you get inside, we are in the 6,000, אוקיי? באלף השישית אנחנו, בסוף האלף השישית, it's like a week. We are in the יום שישי. ערב שבת. Is the גאולה gonna come. And it's all, you should know. The goyim use the kabala more than us. Here in Los Angeles. How you know, we have Shatzam Chankal. The Shatzam Chankal, in the days, this Shatzam Chankal is only in the hour. The Seder, איך אומרים סדר? The order of Shatzam Chankal is only in the hour. But in the days, it's other Seder. It's other order. The order in the days, it's Hulam Qatzanash. Hulam, it's Hamma, Levana, Ma'adim. First day, it's Hamma. After it's Levana. After it Ma'adim. Hulam, Qatzanash. אחרי זה יום רביעי כוכב. אחרי זה צדק. אחרי זה יום שישי זה נוגה. שבת, שבתאי. לכן שבת, מי שמשורש שבת, אז הוא משורש התענוגות, אוהב את הנגינות, הכלים, אוהב את הנעימות, אוהב את השביתה, הוא כבד, אדם כבד מאוד מישהו משבתאי. טוב. And the goyim, they know it. So we say, יום ראשון, מה זה אמרנו? מה איזה כוכב?
חמה.
חמה. Sunday, that's why they call it Sunday. הם יום שני, מה זה לבנה? זה Monday. They use in everything. All the names of the months is the name of the כוכבים. So we should remember it. And they connected to the Kabbalah, לצערנו הרב, more than us. So, where have we been?
אז לגבי התיקון של
okay. We have now we are in the יום השישי. יום השישי, אנחנו במאה שלנו, אנחנו נמצאים מתי? איפה אנחנו? תשפ"ב, נכון? תשפ"ב זה 782. כן? אז אנחנו מתקנים את השנה. בתוך השנה יש לנו חודש. Every each חודש, it's against one of the מזל. בסדר? We have גלגל המזלות, 12 גלגלים, ויש גלגל הכולל שהוא כמו אריך אנפין. לכן המזל הכולל הוא עוד אחד, אז זה י"ג, זה כמניין אהבה. בסדר? מניין רחמים וכו'. אז עכשיו, לפי 12 חודשים, בכל חודש, we have 4 weeks. Every each week is fixing something. And in the week, we have the day. And every each day, it's 24 hours, it's 4 parts. Every 6 hours, it's 1 part. Every part of the day has a tefillah. In the morning, shaharit. In the afternoon, minha. In the night, arvit. And in the other part of the day, what we have? Tikkun Hatzot is like a tefillah. Correct. Hazak. This is the important praying. That's why the Hasidim, and now in שלושת השבועות, we're doing extra tefillah after Chatzot because this is the time of the din. Okay? So every each part, she's fixing something for Zeir Anpin, which Zeir Anpin is 6,000 shana. So if you have a good prayer, don't say, oh, I have a good prayer, because one prayer is something very small from. And there is tzaddikim that even one prayer of them, including thousands of years of other peoples, of Am Israel. One mincha of Babasali is worth a lot of million of tefillot of us.
אבל למה ראינו שרק התיקון, כמו, רק כאילו מדברים על הרשש וסידורי הרשש שעושים בתיקונים האלו של הזר?
למה במרוקו there was a lot of חכמים, they have also כוונות.
מה השתמשו? What did they use?
Listen, I want to tell you one thing. Before, I think 10 years, ספרי הספרדית get published one book of Rabbi Yaakov Maraji. And there is one, he has Igeret letter in the first, in the start of the book, in Ladino. He explained just like the Rashash. It's amazing. And it's not in Ladino. He translates it, but it's amazing. They also have the Chokhmah. They was learning the Ari in other way. And they have, just a minute, Mechila Arav, they have a lot of Sidurim in Kavanot. Listen, you have Tfilat HaChodesh for Tisha B'Av? Give me to see. For Tisha B'Av. I want to show you something. People say, no, only the Rashash. You know how I came to the Kabbalah? One of the way. We was reading Idrazuta from where we born with Idrazuta in our hand. I remember when we were going to Askarot in Tzfat, in my grandmother place, we were היינו משחקים גולות, היינו אומרים את ההידרזות, החלקים ההידרז, גולתה דרש החברה עליו בסיומה ושיעורתה. בטח, בכנען, שכונת כנען. זה השימור של המרוקאים. כן. עכשיו תראה פה בערבית של תשעה באב, אני זוכר, הייתי לו אוהב כל כך, איזה כיף לך שיש לך את הסידורים האלה.
זה המוזיאון שלנו.
אז זה אשכרה מוזיאון פה, השתבח שמו. עכשיו, לא בתפילה הזאת, זה עם הריבועים. איפה יש בו, יש את הסידור הזה.
כל התחינה?
כן, כל תחינה.
אז זה אחורה, אני לא יודע אם
שם תראה, הוא מביא את כל הכלים שנזכרים בעץ חיים, מביא כוונות. בזכור לאברהם.
בתקיעת שופר. כאן יש לי את זה כאן אולי. בהלכות תקיעת שופר, כאילו...
כן, בהלכות תקיעת שופר הוא מביא הרבה דברים.
כאן בתקיעת שופר.
וואו, איזה זיכרון אתה עושה לי עם הפיוטים של התשעה באב. זה אחד הדברים שתמיד קשה לי בתשעה באב. איך אנחנו ככה נהנים מהפיוטים ועושים את הפיוטים האלה ככה, זה משהו...
פה.
אוקיי, כן. אז הנה, יש פה... לא, זה רק הקדמה של התקיעות. אבל we have in the סידור, if you bring me the זכור לאברהם, I show you in the עמידה.
של תשעה.
I remember myself as a kid, you know, always the Moroccan didn't bring the סידור of Tisha B'Av to house. And that's why my father will live the סידור in his place, all the shana. And every time when people were going after Alenu Shabech, I was getting out, I was looking the Amidah. Wow! And I didn't have the brave to לצלם and to do a sidur from it, but I wanted so much. It was like, it was my big jealousy when I was a kid.
עטרת ראשנו, שיש לו סידור שהוא כתב בעצמו.
נכון.
זה רק היה מהשאר הכוונות?
לא, היה להם, קודם כל העיקר, the mainly זה שאר הכוונות.
כן, אבל אחרי שאר הכוונות...
יש לך פרי עץ חיים, יש לך ספר הכוונות, הם גם הביאו כוונות ממקומות אחרים, מהמשנת חסידים, מהחמדת ימים, מכל מיני מקומות, because הדעה שלנו שלהם היה ספרים שלנו אין. ואתה רואה שרבנו הרשש לא תמיד סידר את הכוונות שלהם. בעזרת השם, חיים טובים.
No, you're not leaving now, right?
I'm not leaving. I got a couple questions. It's my only opportunity.
Okay, wait, so we're just finishing...
So, let's finish it. כן, נסיים את השיעור, ככה התארך לנו. השיעור הזה, בעזרת השם, אז זה פחות או יותר, אז דיברנו על עולם האצילות, יש בו י"ב פרצופים או 5 פרצופים, דיברנו על עולם הבריאה שהוא עולם הכיסא, דיברנו על עולם היצירה שהוא עולם המלאכים, דיברנו על עולם העשייה.
בתפילות, כל תפילות שאנחנו עושים, אנחנו מתקנים וכל התיקונים זה כתוב, הרבה משתמשים ברשש, מסתם הסידור שלכם היה רשש.
כן, כן, אני מתפעל סידור רשש. יש שם כל מיני דברים שולבים, אבל כן.
כן, אבל יש עוד דברים אוקיי, זו הקדמה טובה, תודה רבה, רב, בעזרת השם,
זכינו,
נהנה
תודה
מכם
רבה.
שבת בעזרת השם.
אמן, אמן. חיים
Thank
טובים
you,
בעזרת
תודה
השם.
רבה. בחלליה, בדקה שם, איפה